Welcome back to Rabid Noise on Rabbit Radio. Joining me on the program now is Matt Jones from The Treatment. What's happening, man?
How's it going, mate? Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, it's awesome to have you on the show. Well, you've just been announced for our biggest touring festival, Soundwave, and I've got to say it's going to be great to see you guys rip it up in Queensland. Is this your first trip to Australia?
Yeah, it's going to be our first trip to Australia, so we are so excited. We cannot wait.
Awesome, man. Have you been here yourself, or is this just absolute first time for you?
No, literally none of us have ever been to Australia, so this is the very first experience of all of us going to Australia, so we are so excited. We can't wait. Really can't. That
is awesome, man. Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a really successful tour for you guys. So you guys have been going for about 6 years or so now, but you've done some kick-ass tours and shows in that amount of time, including touring with, Kiss and Motley Crue and Alice Cooper. How have those experiences been for you?
Yeah, we've been so lucky in the fact that we've supported a lot of our heroes, So, yeah, it's been absolutely amazing for us. I mean, to be able to tour with Kiss and Motley Crue and watch them every night and learn from them is just, it's invaluable. Most bands don't get opportunities like that. So we're very, very lucky, and we're very humble about the fact that we've done stuff like that. We appreciate the fact that, not every band gets to go out there and do that. So we're very thankful for the position we're in and all the opportunities we've had. So, yeah, it's just been an absolutely amazing ride so far.
Oh, man, it's epic. Epic. For that short amount of time, that's such a cool story. So did you get to hang out with any of those guys, and did they have any advice?
Yeah, definitely. We used to eat lunch with Gene Simmons all the time. He'd always come up to us and see how we're doing, and he's a guy who likes to crack a joke. So as soon as he saw us, and because we've got quite a good sense of humour as well, he'd come over and he'd literally sit with us and just talk at us for half an hour. You don't get a chance to talk to Gene Simmons, he literally just talks at you. But yeah, obviously we got on the tour because Nicky Sixx liked the band as well, so we used to hang out with Nicky quite a lot, and Vince was awesome. Paul Stanley used to hang around a lot. Eric Singer is exactly like Gene. If you meet him, he literally just talks at you for 20 minutes. So, yeah, we used to, hang out with him the whole tour, so it's cool.
That is cool, man. And did they have any, advice for you since they've been in the industry for so long?
Not necessarily advice, it's always just kind of, keep your head screwed on, don't do anything stupid, and just stay together, really, was the main thing that people used to say to us, They said, these days it's a lot harder for bands to kind of get out there. The opportunities aren't out there like they used to be back when they were starting. So just, keep sticking at it and keep positive and everything will be good. So that's what we've done, and now we're going to Australia. So, it's good advice.
Yeah, man, it sounds like it's just up and up for you guys, and well-deserved, man, because your latest album, Running with the Dogs, is it's a great album, man, and it reminds me of a lot of the stuff that, I grew up listening to when I was a young lad. Yeah. Just good time, drinking music, just
exactly.
Good starty
part. That's what we're all about.
Man, and you definitely bring it. So, while I can hear a little bit of AC/DC in there, who else would you class as an influence on you guys?
Yeah, DC obviously number one for us. They're our favourite band. All of us have different kind of taste in music, but AC/DC is the one thing that we all kind of agree on. But apart from that, we all like the Sex Pistols, The Cult, Thin Lizzy, Led Zeppelin, obviously. Yeah, all kinds of classic bands, really. Just people we've toured with, like Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, Kiss. Just we're all massive classic rock fans. So anything from the 60s to the late 80s, that's all the stuff we've grown up listening to. For me personally, I'm a big Queen fan, big Rod Stewart fan. Deep Purple was one of the first bands I ever got into. So yeah, just all the classic bands, really.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, and that's, as I was saying, that's what I love about you guys is, it seems to be taking it back to where the real rock and roll is. And I don't think there's enough of it out there. So, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Keep it alive, for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. So when you're down here, you mentioned AC/DC. Are you going to make the trek over to Bon Scott's grave?
Definitely. We're going to try and do as much DC stuff as we can. Like I said, they're our all-time favourite band. So I think there's there's a street in Melbourne, isn't there, where they've got a whole street dedicated to AC/DC.
There is.
So we're going to try and do that and hopefully go see Bon's grave and do a little bit of a pilgrimage for sure, yeah. Yeah,
that'd be awesome, man. Every band does it.
Yeah, you've got to. When you go to Paris, you've got to go see Jim Morrison's grave, and if you go to Melbourne, you've got to go do the whole AC/DC stuff. So,
Hell yeah, man. What a lot of bands, I talk to these days, they write a lot with computers before hitting the jam room. Do you guys write all together in a room, or do you take that approach as well?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, there's no kind of one person that does the writing in our band. We kind of do it as a team, and we do it all together. So, because we live at Laurie, our manager's house, who's Danny's dad, so we all live in like the family home together, and he's got a studio in the house. So as soon as we get an idea, we go out straight away and record it. So for us, we probably write differently to most people in the fact that we're all just kind of doing it together as a big group, more like a continuous jam than anything else. It's not like we kind of sit down and say, okay, today we're going to write a song. We kind of just get up, start playing, and if something comes out, it comes out, and if it's good, we just record it there and then. So for us, like, recording an album isn't like, we haven't got like 2 weeks to finish it and get it done. We kind of do it over a year. So yeah, it's kind of, for us, it's kind of, we don't stress out about recording and writing. We just let it happen, and it always kind of comes together, really.
Well, you can definitely hear it in there, that you take your time with it, and make sure every song is killer and no filler.
I think we record each song probably 4 or 5 times by the time it's all finished, just because we want to get it right. So we never just kind of do something and then leave it and then go, okay, it's done. We always go back to it and try and make it better. So.
Well, you've got a killer voice too, man. Do you remember what it was that made you want to take up singing professionally?
I don't know, because I've kind of just sang my whole life, really. It's one of the things I've never really thought about doing. I didn't really want to be a singer, so like, I played guitar and I always wanted to be a guitar player or a bass player or something like that, and it just kind of happened, really. The first kind of band I played in was always a case of I wanted to play guitar, but they needed a singer, so I just sang. And it all kind of went from there. I mean, like I said, I grew up listening to Queen and people like that, and always looked up to people like Freddie Mercury and Ian Gillan from Deep Purple and people like that. So I think I used to just sing along with the tracks and realise I could do it, and then it just kind of went from there, really.
Man, it sounds very similar to how I got started as well. I started off as a guitarist and no singers around, so I ended up doing that as well. So, did you go get training, or was it just you just? Yeah,
when I started doing it properly, like, I did go to a few vocal lessons and kind of just learning a few techniques of the right way to breathe and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely helped me along the way. Obviously, I'm not a classical singer by any means. I don't go out there and sing opera for half an hour.
Yeah.
Which, I'm a rock singer, so I do literally go out and scream my guts out for an hour and a half. So, I've got to learn how to. I went to learn how to breathe properly and take care of my voice more than anything else, than actually learn proper singing techniques, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, that definitely makes sense. Because I did the same thing too. So a few dudes I talk to, it's the same sort of You just sort of stumble into it and away you go, really, isn't it?
Yeah, once you start getting kind of serious about it, you need to go and learn how to do stuff properly. Else you're not going to be at the top of your game. So
that's it. Well, man, I got to say, you're definitely top of your game. Your voice is absolutely phenomenal, brother. It's awesome. Well, on the subject of playing shows, though, sometimes, it can get pretty hectic on stage and, result in blood and bruises and whatever else. But what's the worst stage injury that, say, you guys have walked away with?
Oh, man, I can only think of ones that happened to me. Like, we were playing in Germany once, and, the crowd was getting quite rowdy. And someone, actually, I've got a couple. I've got a chipped tooth because I've got a mic to the face where a crowd pushed forward.
Oh.
And the mic just literally smacked me in the face, which was quite funny. But then, the one I was talking about in Germany, someone spilled a beer on the stage, and because it was quite a polished wood stage, it got really slippy. And so I fell over, and I fell literally on my face, smacked my nose, and literally just busted my nose wide open, just blood all over my face. But I thought, screw it, it's punk rock, just go with it. And I just sang the rest of the show with a bloody nose. It's quite cool, actually.
You probably see all the photos back, and you go, man, that's pretty badass, eh?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no photos from the show. I couldn't see it. I wanted to see what I looked like, but there's nothing there. So.
Oh, you should put it out. That sucks, man. I mean, it's kind of, it makes you feel like, you've got your battle scars, hey?
Exactly. I like my chipped teeth purely because it makes me look like I've been around. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, who are you looking forward to seeing at Soundwave when you're not playing? I mean, obviously, you'll probably get a bit of chance to wander around. Who's on your hit list?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's such a great lineup. It's hard to kind of choose one. I mean, I don't know, how much time we're going to have, and I don't know if we're actually going to be able to see them, because I know there's a lot of travelling we've got to do. So as soon as we packed up the gear, we're just going to go out and see who we can. You know, that's the best thing about festivals is the fact that there's so many bands on. So as soon as we've got, you know, the gear packed and we can chill with a beer, we're just going to go and literally see as many bands as we can.
Oh man, it's going to be huge. So there's not one band that you're really looking forward to seeing?
As if I Face No More playing, Face No More playing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we all like Face No More, so Face No More is probably one of the bands we're going to go and see.
Man, that must be an amazing thing, because I grew up listening to Faith No More as well. Just to see your band name on the same as bands.
It's unreal, man. It's absolutely, for me as well, like Mike Patton's an awesome singer, so to be up there with people like him is just unreal.
Oh, man, and he's a cool guy too. So, man, make sure you...
I've heard that as well. It'd be cool to meet him.
Yeah, well, man, I hope you do, man. He's a cool guy. Well, what's next for the treatment after Soundwave? What's your plans?
Just to keep recording, we've already started working on the next album, so kind of keep working on that, and then as we're doing that, play as many shows as we can, because obviously whilst the second one is still out, we want to promote that one as well, so just more tours, more recording, just keeping busy, really.
Well, I definitely hope after your tour down here for Soundwave that, you know, you guys will come back and tour again and keep it up.
So. I already know that it's going to be amazing, so I know we're going to want to come back, so as soon as we get an opportunity to, we'll be there.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Everyone I know is looking forward to it. And I hope you guys have an absolute blast. So we're going to go to the track, I Bleed Rock and Roll, from your killer album, Running with the Dogs. Thanks so much for hanging with us tonight, Matt. And we'll see...
It's an absolute pleasure.
No worries. We'll see you for Beers and Mayhem at Soundwave 2015.
Hell yeah. We'll see you soon.